I've worked in the trust for 15 years, but more importantly, I've been a patient in the trust for 22 years, including an inpatient for over 5 months. So I'm fairly familiar with the facilities. And if we look at Lancaster, and it's the same for our other hospital in Barrow, it's designed for a different era. Medicine's moved on significantly. We see much younger people with more illness now. And we call it the adjacencies, which is the technical term for everything isn't built around the patient. We have too far to travel to get patients' diagnostic results and bring it back, which means there's a queue. Don't want to treat patients like tins of beans, but it's that principle. If they can't come out the other end, you can't come in with the goods. And we need better flow for experience and care for patients. It's safer, and it's safer for staff. They need to have the confidence that they can do their best. And if the facilities aren't right, then you can't do that. It has a huge impact into the local economy. So Hospital 2.0, I think is fantastic, and the concept. But we know there's only 4 suppliers, according to the National Audit Office, that can actually that have expressed an interest that could provide this service. But if we're looking at $1.5 billion, which is what it's about, between 2 hospitals locally, that could transform local economy coming out of COVID. So I think as an ambition of mine is that, we stay rooted to where we are, and we try and spend our money locally and help the local economy. Because I think we really could. We've got some huge challenges ahead. We know in this country, 10 years after the hospital's built, we're not called the fat man of Europe for nothing. By the time the hospital's built, it's forecast, and we're on target for it, that we'll have more overweight people than we will people of a healthy weight in this country. Diabetes, stroke, cardiovascular disease, they're all contributory factors. So this isn't just about a hospital for now. We've really got to future-proof it and think about how we're helping people in the community as well. To be honest, however you build it, it's bricks and mortar is what's really important to people. We're a people business, be it patients or be it staff. And we need the best environment, you get the best out of people. Lancaster, if you look from it from above, you can almost see generational changes. So a new regime's come in, or a new government, here's 10, 20 million, there's a new bit bolted on, and you can see it from above to the point where we've got 20 buildings, and really you need one, because they all link in, they all provide a service to the heart of the hospital. And that comes back to what I was saying about the adjacency, so it's just not efficient. It costs much more to run our current hospital. It's like running your house. The windows are going to break at some point and need replacing, and they have. But when you've got 2,000 of them, it's a bit different than replacing your 5 or 6 at home. But it is no different, and those costs every year keep going up. The longer you leave it, something else breaks. So it's inefficient. There's something about learning from the past. We know from about 1890, from Florence Nightingale in Notes to a Hospital, how a hospital ward should be designed, and we saw that through COVID. Even then, Florence was saying, you need proper space between people, you need light and ventilation. So we've known all of this, but we've moved away from it to modernise, but actually we've got to be ready for the next disaster as well, and how can we accommodate that? It's been massive, because we know infection spreads. So although, I don't suppose in Florence's day they imagined that they could have a whole hospital with individual rooms with ensuite, but actually you do need to contain some of these infections. But it's got to be efficient for the staff going in and out of a room. But with glass walls, they can have clear sight. And having spent time in hospitals that have more of an open plan feeling, but individual rooms, it contains infection and gives a bit more privacy and dignity to the patient, which is really important.